Now, Kyle Pitts at tight end, if he falls to us at 12, is he the perfect fit because he solves multiple positions on offense?
Is he the perfect fit because he solves multiple positions? He's a great player. He's versatile. He would fit the offense and make it better, but he doesn't fill a need. He doesn't improve a weakness. And I think the Niners will be making the same. That's what they did last year when they took Javon Kinlaw. Good player, doesn't fill a weakness. You pass on Tristan Wirth, who would have. So to me, the Niners, they have to address the corner, as you just mentioned. They got to address the offensive line. If they pass on both of those things again for the second year in a row to make a strength stronger, when I really like Ross Dwelley. He's not Kyle Pitts, but I really like Ross Dwelley. He's a terrific backup, and you have the best tight end in the league already. I don't know. I'd be a little nervous about that. But what do you think? Would you add on to his strength, or do you think you gotta address that O-line?
Because he's a future Hall of Famer, and I guess the reason I ask it is because I assume quarterbacks are going to go high, tackles are going to go high, the top 3 receivers are going to go high.
I wouldn't assume that the quarterbacks are going to go high. Remember, every quarterback other than Patrick Mahomes is pretty much available this year. That means that there may be less reason for teams to reach for quarterbacks, which is frankly what they do every year. They reach because they need them. Keep that in mind. You might see some quarterbacks fall this year. I'm telling you.
Last question is about the fullback position.
Okay.
Kind of assuming we did get a guy like Kyle Pitts, we wouldn't really need an offensive weapon at fullback. We really just need a blocker.
Right.
I know that they have this guy, Josh Hokett, who came in at 225. Kyle Juszczyk's 250. That's much smaller. I was looking athletically as a guy on the roster that's athletically similar to Kyle Juszczyk. And based on combine numbers, it's actually Solomon Thomas.
Well, he's a free agent. Here's the thing. I don't think they're going to really have a fullback on the roster next year. If they do have a fullback, it'll be this Hokett guy. But he's going to bounce back and forth from the practice squad. Maybe they'll have him for specific matchups where they want a fullback. But I think what you're going to see is this is going to evolve into a 2 tight end offense, which is similar. You're still dictating the defense plays with its base defense, and you still have one of those tight ends motion into the backfield and play fullback every once in a while. That's what Juszczyk did this year, basically. And that's what Charlie Warner did a lot when he was on the field, which wasn't much. But you can go back and watch. There were definite snaps where he was a tight end and would motion back to fullback and then do a lead block on someone. So I think that's what the evolution of the offense is: 2 tight ends with a guy who can move back there occasionally. And it's not Kittle, because Kittle is so great at the point of attack on the line script.
I just think that they've been trying to add these blocking tight ends because they've told themselves that they have Kittle and Juszczyk, that they have 2 receiving options, so they can take tight ends that are more blockers than receivers. But if you keep having Kittle out of the offense, if you don't have Kyle Juszczyk next year, if you're ever in a position where you have Ross Dwelley and Charlie Warner, because I don't want Jordan Reed back on the offense, I just don't know how confident the Niners are going to be running their base offense if they're without the main guys, without getting a guy like Kyle Pitts at 12.
Right. No, I mean, their tight ends next year, if they are a 2 tight end offense, they only have 3 tight ends: Kittle, Werner, and Dwelley. You can't have a 2 tight end offense with you have to have 2 backups. So yeah, they need another tight end. Do you go at 12? You could. As you said, the guy's a future Hall of Famer. I wouldn't knock it. It's just now you've put yourself in a position where it's tough to address weaknesses. They may address the weaknesses in free agency. They could handle that, and then all of a sudden you can take BPA. I don't think the Niners are basically in a position that they can take best player available. I would rather them trade down. But if they can handle those weaknesses in free agency, then yeah, take a future Hall of Famer at 12. That's always a good move. Always. Adam, good stuff, man. Thanks for coming on.